Welcome to Sabook, your source for insightful book summaries. Today, we explore Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and Sharon Lechter, a transformative guide to financial independence. In this summary, we'll cover the book's core lessons and practical takeaways to help you rethink your approach to wealth. Let's begin. Rich Dad, Poor Dad contrasts two perspectives on money. One from the author's Poor Dad, his educated but financially struggling father, and the other from his Rich Dad, an entrepreneurial mentor. Through their differing philosophies, the book emphasizes financial education as the foundation for building wealth, a topic rarely addressed in traditional schooling. Its key message is clear. To achieve financial freedom, you must understand how money works. The first lesson is that the rich don't work for money. Money works for them. Poor Dad believed in working hard for a paycheck, a mindset that traps many in the cycle of trading time for income. Rich Dad, however, focused on building assets that generate passive income, such as investments or businesses. This shift in perspective is critical to escaping the so-called rat race. For example, instead of relying solely on a salary, you could invest in real estate or stocks that produce regular income. The practical takeaway is to distinguish between assets and liabilities. Assets like rental properties put money in your pocket. Liabilities like loans take money out. Focus on acquiring assets to build wealth over time. Rich Dad emphasized financial literacy over academic achievement. Schools teach us to earn a living, but rarely how to manage money effectively. Understanding concepts like cash flow, budgeting, and the difference between assets and liabilities is crucial. For instance, Poor Dad viewed his home as an asset, but Rich Dad saw it as a liability due to its ongoing costs, like mortgages and maintenance. To apply this lesson, dedicate time to learning about personal finance. Read books, explore financial news, or take courses on investing. Knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions and prioritize income-generating assets. This foundation is vital for long-term financial success. Rich Dad advised minding your own business, meaning to focus on building your wealth, not just advancing in a job. While Poor Dad worked for promotions, Rich Dad invested in businesses and assets that grew his wealth independently. This doesn't mean quitting your job, but using your income strategically to create additional income streams. For example, Kiyosaki invested early in real estate, reinvesting profits to expand his portfolio. Start small by allocating a portion of your income to assets like mutual funds or a side business. Over time, these efforts can become your own business that generates wealth. Rich Dad, Poor Dad encouraged taking calculated risks to achieve financial growth, while Poor Dad prioritized job security, limiting his potential. Risks, when approached thoughtfully, are opportunities to learn and prosper. Kiyosaki, for instance, took risks in real estate and entrepreneurship, learning from failures to build success. To apply this, research opportunities thoroughly and start with low-risk investments like index funds to build confidence. Overcome fear and laziness by viewing mistakes as learning experiences. Calculated risks can lead to significant financial rewards. Rich Dad, Poor Dad taught that the most valuable outcome of a job is knowledge, not just a paycheck. Skills like sales, marketing, or financial management are transferable and essential for wealth building. For example, Kiyosaki worked in sales to master persuasion, a skill he later used in business. Seek opportunities that teach you skills relevant to financial independence, even if the immediate pay is modest. The knowledge you gain can be a powerful tool for creating wealth in the long term. Rich Dad, Poor Dad offers a roadmap to financial freedom through financial education asset building, and strategic risk-taking. It challenges conventional thinking about money and inspires action toward a secure financial future. Which lesson will you apply first? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this summary inspired you, like this video, subscribe to Sabook, and click the bell icon for more book summaries. For a deeper understanding, read Rich Dad Poor Dad yourself. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.